Hey everyone, Nicole Herrick here with you. Today I'm going to show you how I turned these very good quality but very ugly bedside tables into something a little bit different, a little bit of colour, a little bit of quirk, a little bit more me. So the first step was to give everything a really light sand and just make sure that everything is roughed up so that the primer can actually stick to it. I quite like sanding. It's a little bit therapeutic as long as I'm using a power tool and not having to use just a piece of sandpaper. After that, if there was any little holes or dents in anything, I filled it with wood filler, waited for that to dry, and then just gave it another quick sand, and then I wiped everything off. For the drawers, I took off the hardware and I filled all of the previous handle holes. I wasn't sure what I was doing with the drawer fronts at this stage, so I just always fill the handle holes just in case. And then I got to the fun part of painting. So for the primer, I used Cromlin's Aqua Block. This is a stain blocking primer, and it's actually waterproof as well. So if I spill a little bit of water on the top of the bedside table, it's not going to bubble up or anything. I did all the little details first, and then I proceeded to miss the most satisfying part, which is doing the full coverage of the white. But anyway, let's continue on. Here I am putting the first coat of my navy on. And at this point it was a little bit scary because it didn't look navy at all. It looked like the brightest blue, aquamarine blue. Is that what it's called? Bright blue, just regular primary school blue. I was a little bit scared, but obviously I know that you need to give these around 2 or 3 coats to achieve your desired color. So I knew it was going to be fine. Don't worry at all. Oh, this bit's really satisfying. Just gonna leave this here with you in silence. No, I can't be silent. Oh no, there's a drip over the edge. Oh, my OCD. Quick, go around and pick that up. Oh, bugger. Anyway, here's the second coat. You can see it's starting to look a bit more opaque. So here's what I wanted my new drawer fronts to look like. So this is half round dowels, and I wanted to sort of cut them into triangles and then converge them all into the center. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to cut my sort of wood in the right way so that I don't have to sort of stagger everything and waste wood. What's going to be the easiest way to give me beautiful clean cuts? At first I thought maybe I'll just do a square and put all the pieces of timber running one way. I'll cut it diagonally and then I can just flip it around and they'll match, right? Wrong. So it works for one of them. Okay, so I can get this side to do what I want it to do with the chevron, but then it doesn't work for anything else. So even if I flip these around, it's still not going to work. Okay, so here's my second idea. So I'm thinking if I do a long piece and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. So I'm going to cut this up and see if this is going to work. All right, moment of truth, people. Is this going to work? Yes. All right, there we go. There's definitely a reason I did geometry in school. So in order to figure out exactly what angles I needed to have my triangles out, I measured up my drawer front and then I drew it to scale just using Adobe InDesign, just because I'm an ex-designer. And then I figured out exactly what size my triangles need to be, and then I could determine the angle that each of my triangles needed to be. And then I figured out how many dowels and how much backing board I would need by laying them all on backing board in my sort of chosen sequence to be able to glue them all up and cut them without having to cut each individual dowel for each individual triangle. That would be so much pain. Anyway, so that's how I did it. Yep, I passed mathematics. Okay, so here we are in the dowel section. I just want half rounds. So all the shorter ones are fully round, but in the moldings we have some half rounds. So I'm going to go for the 12 mil, which is these ones. That's the 18 mil, and then I think that one's 30 mil. Yeah, let's just get 6 of these. And now, continuing on with my primary school geometry lesson, I cut up some triangles and it took me bloody ages. Anyway, I had to sort of trim and then retrim and then just double check everything as I was going, because if it's not a perfect 45-degree angle and you're trying to get 2 angles right, and obviously like the blade is a few millimeters and everything, I just kept going back and double checking absolutely everything as I was going and just making sure that my triangles were going to fit perfectly. I'm going to leave you with this very therapeutic, super fast motion of me cutting triangles. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below what color you would have done, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.